Hi guys, welcome to episode 100 of Hit the Mic with the Stacey Harris. I am, of course, the Stacey Harris, and today is going to be really fun. I'm going to be giving away some prizes. I'm going to be making some cool announcements, and I'm going to be talking about 100 podcast episodes, which I didn't think I would ever reach. I'll be honest, total full disclosure here, I did not think would ever happen. So first, we're going to take some time. I'm actually starting like a minute early. So we're going to take some time to let everybody else sort of catch up and show up and join us live because it's going to be awesome. Let's see here. I've got the Q&A going over on the events page if you want to watch from there and drop some Q&A in there. You're more than welcome to. I've got the chat box over on the website. If you want to watch it from the website, go to thestaceyharris.com/episode 100. There's a chat role there. For those of you who are here and watching, be sure to say hello and let me know that you can see me and hear me and all of that stuff. Amanda Schaffner is here. Courtney is here. Courtney Turnell. Kanisha Raymond is here. Hello, guys. I'm so amped that you guys are here. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to show up and hang out with me live. I know that you have to take time from your day to do this. I'm sorry if I'm kind of looking around. I'm looking at all the different places you guys are talking to me. Of course, we're also over on Twitter at the hashtag Hit the Mic. It's so fun. Kanisha, you're on bed rest? Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Hope everything's okay. Scary. Very cool. I'm so excited for today. We're going to be doing some cool stuff. I'm going to be giving away prizes. But you have to be live here to win prizes. So make sure you stick around for the whole show because we're going to give away prizes. And yeah, I'm so excited. So before we get started, because I do want to give us a couple minutes to have folks kind of join us as we're going. I wanted to share how appreciative I am that you guys showed up live, that you guys listened to the show and watched the show. I probably would have had a much harder time sticking with 100 episodes of a podcast if no one listened to it. Like, it would just be harder for me to do. So you guys listening to the show and hanging out with me when I do live shows really is what makes this possible and what makes this keep going. So thank you. I love doing it. It's my favorite way to create content, in case you didn't know that. But it's awesome. And I'm getting messages from people. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. I'm so excited. I'm like overwhelmed. I'm so excited. So be sure to say hey if you're in the chat, or if you have a question and you're over on the event page, if you just hit Q&A, big sidebar will show up and you can drop your questions in there and I will see them. They'll pop up right in front of me. And then, of course, I have my trusty iPad here so that you guys can tweet me as well. Yes, Amanda, I really am very excited. I know, it's crazy. I know it's silly, but I'm excited. I have my Wonder Woman glass for this much fun. All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today is sort of some lessons learned and looking back at 100 episodes of a show, because that's a lot to do. 100 episodes is a long time. It's a lot of stuff to do. It's a lot of guests. It's like 50 guests. I don't think we actually have. I think we have like 49 guests so far. If you go to thestaceyharris.com/hitthemic, you can see a list of every episode we've ever done, in case you're new to the show. But we've had some crazy, amazing guests. And I wanted to take the opportunity today to tell you that that's not going to change. We have some really cool guests coming up just in the next couple of weeks, but like in the next 100 episodes, we'll have even more amazing, amazing guests. It's funny because episode 101, which comes out on Friday, is actually our second ever repeat guest, Julie Catino from Brand Twist. And she's also the dean and founder of Brand School, which I am a faculty advisor for. We've got her on the show to talk about standing out in a crowded market, because we all know how hard it is, and we all know that now more than ever everything is crowded. So it's a really good show. And then next week for Halloween, we've got Denise Duffield Thomas on the show to talk about money and pricing, most importantly, and setting your prices and raising your prices. So it's going to be some really cool shows coming up. So thank you for listening, so that these really cool people want to be on the show. Let's see here. Courtney likes my Wonder Woman glass. Thank you. I have a whole set of them. I got them at Target, and I love them because that's how mature I am. I buy my fancy Wonder Woman glassware at Target. I like it. Let's see here. Amanda says I need to say that I'm excited a few more times before you guys really know that I'm excited. So I'm just going to not be excited anymore. So I win. Courtney, don't encourage Amanda, okay? Don't encourage her. Smart assery. I'm so excited. Yes, I said it again. Shush. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into talking about some of the lessons I've learned in 100 episodes. And I think my biggest lesson learned is you will never get a guest you don't ask to be on the show. I have made some scary, scary asks, one of which being Courtney just said, "Are you serious? You got Denise Duffield Thomas." That was a scary, scary ask for me. And I will be completely transparent with you because I always am. It took a couple of asking. Like I think we went back and forth a couple of times. We've got Erica Learmonk coming up on the show in November. Yeah, the end of November as well. And again, it took me a couple of times asking to get her scheduled on the show and doing it. And so I think that's probably my biggest lesson is you do not get guests you don't ask for. So if you want to have really cool people on your show, you have to ask them. And then if they say no, generally they'll give you a reason when they say no. Otherwise, they'll just flat out ignore you. Generally, if they say no, they'll give you a reason. And you revisit it. You know, with Erica, it was a scheduling issue at the time. So we touched base like a month later, and then we touched base a couple weeks later. And then we scheduled it for like a month after we finally got a date on the calendar, just because our schedules didn't jive for getting this done. So, and with Denise, it was the same thing. Denise is in Australia, as you may or may not know. I am in the States. I'm in Arizona. So our time zones were not friendly. So we had to keep touching base and make it work. And so it really, you don't get anything you don't ask for. And that applies to podcast guests. That applies to clients. That applies to speaking opportunities. That applies to everything. So one of my biggest lessons, probably the biggest lesson, is to make the ask. Put yourself out there. Go for it. You will be amazed at the people who will go, "Oh my gosh, thanks for asking. I would love to be on your show," which is equally exciting because you're always like, they're going to say no. And then they say yes. And you're like, really? Are you sure? My show? And they do. They join you and they have a great time. So one of the things I want you to invite you guys to do during this episode is to ask me any questions you have about guests I've had on the show or podcasting or how I come up with shows. Anything you've ever wanted to know about this show or me, I'm yours for the next 45 minutes to an hour. So if you have questions you'd like answered, feel free to ask them. I promise I will answer them. Most likely. No, I will really answer them, and I love answering them. So be sure to ask them. Again, you can do that on the event page in the Q&A bar, or you can do it at thestaceyharris.com/episode 100. There's a chat box, or you can tweet them to me. Okay. All right. Cool. My next big sort of lesson in 100 episodes was that not every episode is going to be your best episode ever. And this goes for guests. This goes for my standalone episodes. I am very proud of every episode, but not every episode of the show is my favorite. There are definitely episodes that I'm like, really? That one kind of sucked. Like it wasn't on my A game. for whatever reason, or the guest, maybe we didn't have the best flow between us. Whatever it is, not every episode is going to be gold star caliber. The key is to keep going and to keep putting it out there and to stick with it, really. So for me, that meant maybe I'm listening to an episode and I'm editing it and I'm going, really? Okay. And I go, but this is what we've got. It's still a great episode. It's still filled with great content. It's just not as awesome as I would love it to be. We put it out there. A great episode or example of this is we had an episode just a couple of weeks ago where I had some sound issues with a lot of background noise with my guest. And I was listening to the episode as I edited it. And I was like, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure I love it. What should I do? She was an international guest. So again, there was a weird scheduling stuff. And ultimately I decided this content is amazing. It needs to be put out, and I put it out. And again, it's not my favorite sound-wise ever, but I pushed through and I got it out. And that was another big lesson in 100 episodes for me, was to just put it out. Not everything is going to be award-winning. But it's funny because that episode is still one of the episodes I get tweets and emails about, and people saying, I loved the content. Thanks for putting it out. It was such great insights. And so I think that that's important to realize that sometimes it's just about the information shared, as simple as that. All right, so before I move forward, I want to start telling you guys what's going to happen today. So I'm going to give away a few prizes. We don't have a ton of time. We have a while, but we don't have a huge amount of time, and I want to give away a couple of prizes. So I'm actually going to be changing up how I plan to do this. I had planned to do you had to be live to win, but I think I'm going to save one of the prizes for some of the replay folks too, because I know there are a lot of people who attending live is not possible because of time zone issues. So I do want to give away one prize, and it's going to involve you being engaged. But it's actually, I was inspired by a guest, Nicole Laloya, who we had on the show several months ago now, when we talked about being less stressed out. She recently did a very cool Instagram event of 21 days of Insta Happiness Project. Or Insta Happy Project? I think it's Insta Happy Project. And basically you Instagram something every day that made you happy. And she gave away these really cool mantra bands. And I won one, which was super fun. And I don't know if you can see this, but mine says, enjoy the journey. And I love it. And I received this in the mail and I thought, oh my gosh, this thing is spectacular. It's so cute. It's so comfortable to wear. It's so nice and light. I love the message. I want to give one away. So we're going to give one away on the show today. I'm not going to give it away till the end of the episode, but this is how you're going to win it. I'm going to be choosing someone who asks me a question. So this is all about engagement, as are all things. So either ask me a question about the show or share what your favorite episode was. You can do that in the chat over at thestaceyharris.com/episode 100. Or if you go to the events page, there's a Q&A option there. You can do that. However it is you want to get it to me. And I will pick a prize winner at the end of the show using just a random generator of numbers. So be sure to do that, and you can win one of these fantastic bracelets with your choice of saying. You don't have to yet enjoy the journey, although I really love it. It's not a very good picture. It's awesome, and I love them. So be sure to do that. Again, it's all about engagement. So share with me your favorite episode, or any question you have about the show, okay? You can also tweet those to me. All right, so let's do that. That'll be fun. Oh, cool. Courtney just tweeted Denise Suffield Thomas. I just found out you'll be on Hit the Mic with the Stacey Harris. I cannot wait. #inspiring women. Love that. Thanks, Courtney. Yeah, we recorded it last week. And it's a great episode. I can't wait to share it with you guys. That's always the hard time with me when I record really great guests, is I'm like busting at the seams to share it with you guys. I cannot wait to get this stuff out. And sometimes I record them sometimes as many as 4 or 5 weeks before you guys actually hear the episode. And it drives me crazy because I'm like, I want to tell you guys about this so bad. Amanda wants to know if her smart ass questions don't count towards the price. Smart ass questions may or may not be accepted depending on how awesome they are. If they're super cleverly smart ass, Amanda, then yes, they count. You could just share with me your favorite episode instead. That would work. Just saying. And I will tell you guys right now, the prize I'm going to be giving away after the show's over, including the replay folks, is going to be a spot in one of my Rockstar Guides. So a Rockstar Guide to Facebook, the Rockstar Guide to Google+, or the Rockstar Guide to Podcasting will be winner's choice. But you guys will be able to grab a spot in that. And we're going to be doing that by email so that I can just put them in numbers and pick them out of a hat or something. So we'll be doing that by email, and you guys will get an email about that at the end of the show when you get a replay of this. Hey, this is up. But that's going to be open to everybody. So if you're watching the replay of this, it's open to you as well. If you're watching this live, you get to know extra early. But yeah, that's going to be via email, and it's going to be super, super fun. I don't know. Maybe I'll do Twitter instead. I don't know, but we're going to do it so the folks on the replay can see it too, because I know that I've done this before, and I've done it for only live folks, and I felt a little bad when I got some emails this morning, and they were like, "But I can't attend. It's the middle of the night." So we'll open it up. So that's going to be the big prize. That's a grand prize. It's $197 value. So it's going to be super fun, and it's totally free. I'm going to just give one away. I think we have some people who are watching who have won stuff on shows before. I think Courtney won a Rockstar Guide at some point. I think so. Let's see. Amanda says, am I allowed to say my own appearances on your show were my favorites? Amanda, you are absolutely allowed to say that your own episodes were your favorites. Amanda Schaffner, for those of you who do not know, maybe you're new to the episodes, is currently my only guest to have 2 appearances. That will change on Friday because we're going to have our second ever repeat guest. But Amanda is the only one to ever have 2 appearances. If you haven't seen those or you want to listen to them again, you guys can catch all 100 episodes at thestaceyharris.com/getthemic. That way you guys can play catch up if you missed any. Cool. All right. So do we have anybody who's been listening to the show? Like, how long have you guys been listening to the show? Did you just start listening to the show, or have you listened to the show for a long time? I'm curious. I'm curious to know. Courtney said she did. Courtney was a winner on a show. I can't remember what show we did. I think it was the show I did where I answered Google. It was the first live show I ever did, I think, when I answered Google Plus questions. I think. I'm not sure now. We'll see. So yeah, so let me know how long you've been listening to the show. Have you always listened to the show, or did you just find out? Courtney says she won the Google Plus guide. Hope she's not disqualified. You are not disqualified. There's anybody currently in the Rockstar guides. You're not disqualified. Just you pick a guide that you don't already have access to. There you go. And Amanda says she'd be happy to be the first guest that comes on 3 times. You never know. You have a new book coming out soon. Might have to have you on the show. Cool. All right. So what else have I learned? Let me share some of my favorite episodes of the show, because I get this question sometimes from people, and it always kind of cracks me up. Because I'm like, well, I like all of my shows. I think my favorite episode of the show, like ever, was the episode where I revealed the new cover art for the show, because I never loved my original cover art for the show, which if you have listened for a long time, you know what it looked like. So I think my favorite episode is probably, I think it was somewhere around 50 when we did the rebrand and I debuted the new cover art. But that was probably one of my favorites, which is kind of a cop-out, but it is what it is. Let's see. Courtney says she just started listening to the show this year, around the same time that she found YFE Chat. Rest in peace, YFE Chat. Yes. For those of you who don't know, YFE Chat is no longer. If you want to know more, I'll put a link to the goodbye video over on the resources area of the episode show notes after the show. But yes, YFE chat is no longer, and that's cool that you learned about it this year. The cool thing about this 100th episode is 2 weeks from today, November 4th, is actually the 1-year anniversary of the very first episode going live. So this show is hitting 100 episodes and 1 year, very close together, which is a lot of fun. Cool. How about the rest of you? How long have you been listening to the show? Do we have anybody who's been listening to the show since the beginning? I know we have one person. I know Amanda's been listening to the show since the beginning because she was my second guest ever on the show. So I'm pretty confident she's been listening for a while. Very cool. Yay. You guys are sending me the nicest notes and Instagrams and stuff. Very fun. Cool. Sorry, I'm getting all caught up in like reading stuff. I'm terrible. All right, so the other thing I want to do, because we're getting to the sort of 20-minute mark of the show, is I wanted to share something that I've never done before, really. This is something brand new that I've never offered before, has never been available before. And it's a bundle of video trainings, which I have offered as bonuses for during webinars, but never this particular bundle. This bundle has never been bundled together and likely won't be bundled together again. And certainly not for the price that I'm bundling it at. So to celebrate 100 episodes, I decided to put this bundle together, and it's called the Kick-Ass Now bundle. And I'm actually going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys so that I can show you the stuff that's in it. I'm playing with the showcase thing to see if it shows up. I'm playing with new things. I think you guys can see the Kick-Ass bundle right now, but I'm not actually sure if you can see it right now because I'm playing with the showcase thing to see what it looks like. I'm curious. Tell me what you're seeing. This is one of my favorite parts about doing a live show is I will try new things that I don't usually try during like a regular webinar or something like that. So I get to play with things. So thank you guys for being my sort of guinea pigs. Cool. Amanda says I stole her. I've been listening to all the episodes, Thunder. And Kanisha, you've been listening for around 7 months. Awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you guys are seeing this. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn this off and share my screen with you. So you guys can see what this Kick-Ass bundle is. So this is the Kick-Ass Now bundle. It's going to be 4 hours of video training, which is just awesome. These are all of my most popular trainings that I've done. So we've got the Get More Done training, which is where I talked about how I shifted from working 60 hours a week to 30 hours a week while increasing my revenue. So half as much work for more money. Just like the dream, right? Also, I talk about growing your community with webinars, which is a webinar I did not too long ago, but it was very popular, second only to running webinars with Google Hangouts on Air. This training is actually step-by-step how to run your Google Hangouts on Air for webinars, for live shows like this. I show you multiple ways to do it, and it really is like screen sharing step-by-step how to do this. So it's amazing. And then, of course, we've got the Launch Your Podcast, which, again, I tell you all the gear you need, what you need to do. This is basically an abbreviated version of the Rockstar Guide to Podcasting. It's really cool. And then, of course, create Facebook ads that work, which was another hugely popular training that I did, where I'm talking about everything, the 3 things every ad needs to have. I break down the difference between boosted post, the ads manager, and Power Editor. It's an insanely valuable training. And so there's all 5 of those, which is the value of about $600, it's a crazy amount of training. It hits right about 4 hours, 4.5 hours, somewhere in there. And then, of course, we've got the Ultimate Social Media Resource Pack. So this is the exact documents and templates I use for my stuff. And as we've added on social media management clients, again, on a limited basis, now that the team has expanded, these are the same things we use for our clients. So this is super valuable. This bonus is worth $250. And again, it's what I use to manage stats, what I use to manage updates, Photoshop files of all sorts of graphic templates. And then, of course, a list of all of those sizes in case you use something like PicMonkey or Canva to create them. So this is all of my best stuff, all of the best trainings I've done, the best resource pack I've got to date. And it's only going to be available until next Tuesday. So to celebrate 100 episodes, to celebrate the 1-year anniversary, we're running this bundle for exactly 7 days. And here's the crazy amazing thing. The price on this bundle is $47. Seriously, it's $47. It's insane. So if you are in the Hit the Mic VIP community, or if you are in any of the Rockstar Guide communities, you actually already know about this, because one of the benefits of being in those communities is knowing that you get to find out stuff before anybody else. So I will be honest with you, a few people have already purchased it. There is not a limit to them, so you can still have access to them. But what I'm going to tell you guys, they didn't find out until after they got the email and purchased, was you're also going to get access to the Rockstar Guide communities. So if you have not yet purchased a Rockstar Guide and are not a part of those communities, you're getting access to the Facebook group and the Google Plus community that are paid additions to the Rockstar Guide, which no one gets without purchasing the Rockstar Guide or BAM. So this is the first time we've opened that up beyond Rockstar Guide people. And like I said, this is the first time I've ever offered a bonus like this. And it will only be available for 7 days. So grab yours today, right now. Don't wait, because yeah, it's going away. And if and when this bundle ever comes back, which if it does, won't be for quite a while, it will never look exactly like this, and it will also be at least twice the price next time. So if you want to take advantage of this, today is really going to be your best time to do it. So I'm going to open up the Q&A again in case you guys have any questions for me. And remember to be sharing with me your questions and, of course, your favorite episode to win the fabulous bracelet. And I am so excited to share this stuff with you. Kanisha said she just saw it and oh my God, I have to have it. I'm assuming you're talking about the Kick-Ass Now bundle. It's spectacular. I mean, I'm so excited about it. It's one of those things that's like, this is all the best stuff. Here you go. Like, just run with it, and see what crazy, amazing things you can do. It's really cool. Cool. All right, I'm so excited. Okay, so we're hitting right about the half-hour mark. I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. So I do want to sort of wrap this up with giving away the fabulous bracelet, and also letting you know some more details to win the Rockstar Guide of your choice. So what's going to happen is this one's going to take a little effort on your part. So I probably won't get a ton of entries because it's actually going to take effort. And sometimes when things take effort, people tend to go, never mind. But this is super valuable and I want to connect with you. So what I want to happen is I want you to email me, and I want you to email me just like straight up directly. So it's Stacey@thestaceyharris.com. And I'm going to send out an email with all of these details. So don't like run for your pen. Don't stress out about that. I want you to email me who you would love to hear on the show in the next 100 episodes, or what you'd love to hear me talk about. So if I've covered it in the past, you can say, I loved that you talked about such and such. I'd love to hear more about that. If it's something I've never talked about, then by all means, just say, I would love to hear you talk about. If it's a guest, tell me who it is and why you would want to hear from them. I will ask them for sure, absolutely, to be on the show. I can't control whether they'll say yes. That's not on me, but I will absolutely make the ask. Like I said, you don't get anybody you don't ask to be on the show. But I really want to hear from you guys, and I really want to connect with you. So that's how I'm going to be giving away the Rockstar Guide of the winner's choice. So email me, Stacey@thestaceyharris.com. Let me know who you'd like to hear on the show or what you'd like to hear on the show in the next 100 episodes. And we will do our best to get them on or to get that on. And of course, you and I can have a conversation sort of one-to-one, which is my favorite. I love, love, love connecting with you guys. Before I let you go, I do want to say a huge, huge thank you to each and every one of you for watching, for listening, for hanging out with me, for being a part of the VIP community, for being a part of this community at all, just hanging out with me. It's my favorite part of doing the show. It's my favorite part of doing what I do for a living. And so I just can't say thank you enough. It sounds so cheesy, but it is my favorite thing. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for connecting. And thanks for being a part of all of this, because it really is genuinely not possible without you, because I do not have the persistence to keep going if no one watched or listened. So full transparency, right? I'm all about the honesty. So I want to give you one last chance to tell me what your favorite episodes were. Currently, I only have one person who's told me their favorite episode, so this is going to be pretty easy to win a bracelet. It's not this bracelet. You'll get a brand new one, just so you know. But let me know favorite episode of the show, and I will choose a winner in just a minute. So excited. Yes, I said it again. I'm very excited. I can't help it. Thank you guys for showing up live, who came and hung out with me live. It's my favorite. And if you would like, you can tell me in the questions area over on the event page, or you can tell me in the chat over at thestaceyharris.com/episode 100. But yeah. Or on Twitter using the hashtag #HitTheMic. That's cool too. This is crazy. Oh, thank you guys. Cool. All right, so all right, Courtney says she loves the productivity episodes. Those are very popular. And Amanda says she likes all the behind the scenes episodes where I dive into my business and what I do. Very cool. That's awesome. Love it. All right, so last chance. I'm going to share one random thing because it occurred to me that you guys might find this interesting. I wanted to share with you guys my most popular episode ever because I think it's really fun to find these things out. And so my most popular episode ever, the most downloads I've ever had on an episode, is actually my review I did of Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk. That's my most popular episode. Second behind that, by not that many, is Managing Connections to Grow Your Business, which is an episode I did with Sandy Sadu. And then my third most popular episode, which is literally right behind that one, it's funny because Amanda just talked about my behind the scenes episodes, but it's actually How I Run My Business Online, where I talked about exactly how I run my business on a day-to-day basis and how all of this stuff happens. So that's funny that those are some of my most popular episodes. Very cool. Courtney said, the last one you did about ending 2014 strong was exactly what I needed to hear, especially since everyone else is talking about 2015. Yes. Yes. Steffi, I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering that. Her favorite was the Rebecca Tracy interview. That was a good one. That was a really good one. And then Kanisha says her favorite was Keys to a Successful Launch. Very cool. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and also the one that was all about podcasting. That's another really popular one. I actually get what's funny is that one has a lot of downloads, yeah, but that's the one I think people email me the most after. It's funny. I get a lot of emails from the podcast episodes about podcasting. It's fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign each of you a number. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to go to random generator. Random.org is my favorite for this kind of stuff. And so 1 and oops, sorry. Go back over here. Okay, number 1 was the number that was randomly selected, and it's Courtney. So Courtney Tarnow, you won a bracelet. Congratulations. Yay, Courtney. Awesome. And you know what? Let's do another one. Number 2. Is this just randomly picking numbers in order? Seriously. Okay, so number 1 and number 2 were the randomly generated numbers, which I think is hilarious. That cracks me up. So number 2 was Amanda Schaffner. Yay, Amanda. So Amanda Schaffner, you win a bracelet as well. Cool. And you know what? Since my most popular episode ever was the review I did of Jab, 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 Right Hook, how about we do this? You guys can pick. If you would like a bracelet, you can have a bracelet. Or if you would like a hardback copy of Jab, 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 Right Hook, you can have that. So let me know which one you would like, a bracelet or a book, and I will send those to you, and we'll all get in contact with your address and all that stuff. But pick one. You can have the book or you can have the bracelet. Either way, you each win something. So congrats to Courtney. Congrats to Amanda. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thanks to everybody who came out to watch the show, or who is watching this later or listening to this, because of course this is now up in all of the other places like Stitcher and iTunes and all of that stuff. So thank you for hanging out with me for 100 episodes. It's an absolute blast to get to do what I do and hang out with you guys. So thank you. Thank you. That's all for today. Remember, the Kick Ass Now bundle is only available for 7 days. And then also be sure to send me those emails for your chance to win a Rockstar Guide of your choice. And remember, I will be sending out an email with those details in just a little bit so that you guys can email me back and enter to win. And then I will choose that winner on Friday. No, I don't want to give you that long. I will choose that winner on Thursday. I will choose that winner on Thursday. So yes, thank you again. And I will, of course, see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.